What's good, everybody? It's your favorite reactors. Favorite reactors.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Favorite reactors, gang. You know what I'm saying? Back with another zinger. And you know what I'm saying? We're gonna get right into it because I guess niggas can't talk or nothing. But top 10 epic prison escapes.
Man, please don't forget to hit the like button, man. Hit the sub. Don't forget to hit that bell for us, man. No cap. Much love. Let's get right into this.
Bow.
Are supposed to stay put, but these men managed to find a way out. Here are the top 10 epic prison escapes.
I put up in the ghost and asked it to
Number 10,
hey.
Frank Abagnale. The most famous con man of the 20th century, Frank Abagnale was sentenced to prison for fraud. But he used his knowledge of fraud to con his way out of prison. When the marshal that was escorting Abagnale to the prison forgot the prisoner's papers, Abagnale, always the opportunist, seized on the marshal's irresponsible blunder. He convinced the marshal that he was not a prisoner, but was instead an undercover prison inspector. The marshal bought his story hook, line, and sinker.
What?
From there,
No.
commissioned the help of a friend on the outside to create 2 fake business cards, one for an FBI agent and one for a prison inspector. The cards were smuggled in and slipped to Abagnale. Abagnale then gave the FBI card to a guard and said that he needed to call his FBI agent. The guard dialed the number on the card and his friend picked up. His friend told the guard that Abagnale was needed outside right away. The guard opened the gate and Abagnale walked out.
What?
Number 9, John Dillinger. John Dillinger, infamous bank robber during the Depression era,
That's a gun name
successfully
after
robbed
him.
2 dozen banks before he was put in prison. However, he went on to escape from not 1, but 2 prisons. Dillinger escaped from the first prison in 1933
2 prisons?
when his friends busted him out by impersonating Indiana State prison
Nigga, I
officers.
think Bonnie and Clyde gonna
He
be
was
on here.
recaptured in 1934, though, and
think
sent to Crown
Clyde.
Point Jail. Crown Point Jail was supposed to be an escape-proof prison, but Dillinger proved otherwise. Using a shelf from his prison cell and a razor, he carved himself a fake gun. He smothered the fake gun in shoe polish and used it to take 17 men hostage.
What?
He locked the guards in his cell and hightailed it out of the prison. His freedom was short-lived.
He built different.
Dillinger was killed in Chicago on July 22nd, 1934.
Went to Chicago, man. Got a toe tag.
Number 8.
Tell me.
Ted Bundy. Notorious
I know
serial
Ted Bundy
killer
better.
Ted Bundy had luck on his side when he escaped from the Garfield County Jail in Colorado on December 30th, 1977. He was placed in a cell that had a loose, unwelded light fixture. He used this to his advantage by carving out a larger hole above it.
Oh, shit.
He then spent months starving himself so that he could fit right through the hole. He chose to escape during Christmas because he knew that most of the guards would be away. He tucked law books under his blankets to deceive the guards into thinking he was there. Then he squeezed himself through the hole he had carved and crawled through the ducting. He landed in the chief jailer's apartment, who was home for the holidays. Bundy stole his clothes and walked out of the prison. He was arrested, though, on February 15th, 1978. Before we move on, be sure to subscribe to Daily Top 10s with notifications on. Number 7.
Nigga took that chance. Got him up. Got him out of
Alfred
there.
Hines has been nicknamed Houdini Hines, and rightfully so.
Houdini,
The man managed to escape from prison 3 times. His most notable escape was from Nottingham Prison in 1958, when he concocted an elaborate, intelligent, and creative plan for escape. Hines had been recaptured and rearrested. This gave him the opportunity to file a lawsuit against his arresting officers. The lawsuit meant that Hines would be given a trip to the courthouse. Once there, he attached screw eyes to a toilet in the cubicle. He forced the guards into the cubicle and locked them up with a padlock. It was a fairly ingenious escape, which is fitting since Hines eventually became a member of
Turn
Mensa.
up a little bit, nigga.
You said what?
Number 6.
Turn up a little bit, nigga.
The Texas 7 were 7 inmates of the John B. Connolly unit that made a daring escape on December 3rd, 2000. It was a complicated escape, and they had to work together to pull it off. First, they overtook 16 people, including several supervisors, officers, and 3 unsuspecting inmates. From there, the Texas 7 stole their ID, credit cards, and clothing. They used these personal effects to impersonate civilians, allowing them to move through the prison. Then they split up. 4 of them went to the phones and called the prison tower. The phone calls distracted the guards working in the tower. The other 3 went into the tower and raided the guards. They stole the guards' guns and used the guns to steal a prison pickup truck.
That's a prison pickup truck?
And drove away.
Lifted like that?
That ain't a prison pickup truck, nigga. That's a motherfucking...
Number 5, Yoshi Shiratori.
That's somebody's prime
Yoshi
possession.
Shiratori can quite literally be called the master of prison escapes. He managed to escape from prison 4 times in just 3 years. And although he used a number of different tactics to escape from various prisons, his most notable escape was from the Abashiri prison in 1944. Shiratori used miso soup to rust his handcuffs. No one could see that coming, and it allowed him a fairly effortless escape. When he was recaptured in 1946, though, he was sentenced to death. Authorities were tired of his escapes. The death sentence, though, only made Shiratori more desperate, and in 1947 he escaped yet again. When he was recaptured for the 4th time, authorities admitted defeat. They revoked his death sentence, and Shiratori remained in prison until his final escape, which was granted to him this time via parole in 1961. His escape antics were the premise of the novel and TV drama
How you go from
Hagoku.
what? How you go from the death penalty to parole?
Cause like this nigga keep escaping,
Number 4,
bro. Like what's up with
the
that?
Maze prison escape. The Maze
like
prison was a high-security prison
something.
and was thought to be the most escape-proof prison in Europe. Concrete walls covered in barbed wire, steel doors at all prison exits, and 15-foot fences. Escape seemed an impossible endeavor. However, on September 25, 1983, not 1 but 38 men escaped from the Maze prison. At 2:30 p.m., prisoners used smuggled guns to take prison officers hostage. From there, they hijacked a food delivery lorry. Then they forced the guards to open the gates. Needless to say, it was chaos. It took until 4:18 p.m. to resecure the prison. But by that time, the 38 men had escaped, making the Maze prison escape the biggest prison escape in British history.
I wonder if they still like out, bro.
Number 3,
How
Michel
long ago that
Vajour. Michel Vajour escaped from the La Santé prison on May 27, 1986. But the way he escaped is very bizarre. Unlike other prison escapees who develop elaborate plans or spend years digging tunnels, Vajour's escape was very creative. Vajour's wife, Nadine Vajour, spent months obtaining a helicopter pilot's license. On the day of his escape, she rented a helicopter and flew it over the roof of the prison. Vajour made his way up the roof by brandishing nectarines that he had painted to look like grenades. Once he was on the roof, his wife dropped him a rope, and he climbed up. They flew away from the prison and landed in a nearby soccer field. From there,
hey,
ran
she
away.
down for real.
Where's she at now?
Oh God.
Where your mom
like
at?
Number
what?
2, the Alcatraz escape.
Oh, that's what she at. She in jail.
Alcatraz, the inescapable fortress of a prison. Highly fortified and isolated, Alcatraz's island location seemed the perfect place for
How
a
they get
prison.
away, nigga? I know
How
they can
could anyone
swim.
escape? How could anyone cross the water?
They swim and got
However,
some
in
shots,
June
nigga.
1962,
After
3
they
prisoners
escaped,
did
that's all they
just
had
that.
to do.
Or did they? Frank Morris and John and Clarence Anglin executed one of the most famous prison escapes in history. It was so famous, in fact, that it gave way to the 1979 movie Escape from Alcatraz. The men spent 2 years digging a hole through the prison walls. They put dummies in their beds to fool the guards. They crawled through the hole they had dug and out onto the shoreline.
That is a
But
small
what about the water?
game.
They crafted a makeshift raft out of raincoats and contact cement. Their plan was so well executed that no one even knew they were gone until the next morning. But were they really successful? The FBI doesn't think so. The next morning, pieces of their clothing and parts of their raft were found washed up on shore. This led authorities to believe that the men had drowned. But no bodies were ever found, so some people believe that the verdict's still out on that one.
So they never found him?
That's what they
Number
looked like.
1,
They was old.
El Chapo.
I told you. El Chapillo.
Oh, yeah.
Joaquin Guzman Loera or El Chapo's prison escape, is inarguably the most epic prison escape in history. He had already escaped his first prison in 2001 by bribing officials.
What are you gonna do, bro? Man's
So
already
when
in
El
the
Chapo was
like,
recaptured,
come on, bro.
authorities promised that he would never escape again. They locked him up in a maximum security prison, the Federal Social Readaptation Center.
Put his ass
But
to
on
sleep,
July
bro, with
11th,
some kung fu
2015,
shit.
El Chapo escaped by way of an elaborate mile-long tunnel that had been dug for him 30 feet under the ground.
Nah, that's a
El
real
Chapo
tunnel.
escaped
All
from
that
his
other
cell by
tunnels is
crawling
not
through a
real. That's a real
2x2
tunnel,
foot
bro.
hole under his shower. The hole led to the tunnel. The tunnel led to a construction site, and the construction site led to his freedom. El Chapo's escape tunnel has attracted media attention from all over the world,
crazy.
and rightfully so.
Them niggas
The
really
tunnel was massive.
dug a
It had
hole.
ventilation, lighting, and a specialized motorcycle
plaything,
track.
bro. And
In
he's
fact,
Sonolia-
the tunnel was
Sonolia
so
cartel.
big that 9.8 million cubic feet of soil was unearthed to build El Chapo's escape
You
route.
hear me again?
The sheer magnitude of this
You said
escape
what?
has earned El
Ain't he
Chapo
like the
and
head
his tunnel
leader
the
of
top
the
spot on
Sonolia
our
cartel?
list of top
Yeah.
10 epic prison escapes. Check out
Suck
our
my
previous
dick, nigga. You
videos
heard
on
what
the
I
top
said,
10
bitch ass
amazing
nigga.
facts